What about you? 2016 Jaguar XE. And this one has the 2 litre common rail diesel Jaguar JLR Land Rover engine. It's the Jaguar Ingenium range of engines that Jaguar make themselves. So this engine is in a lot of Range Rovers, Jaguars and stuff like that. This is a 2 litre version. You can get a 3 litre version, and it's quite an interesting engine layout. As you can see there, it's got the turbo looking at you. It's big DPF over on the left there. It's completely made of aluminium, as you can see. So let's pull this cover off here just for a look. So in this video, this car's in for service. In this video here, we'll just show you change the diesel filter. So there's our common rail, 4 injectors, just using mass solenoid injectors there. And yeah, there's a big rail. So longitudinal engine, rear wheel drive. So as I said, quite an interesting layout. That's big DPF there, turbo looking at you. That's your oil filter there, so an insert. So I'll show you a part number for the oil filter if you're going to do a service on this yourself. But the diesel filter is over yonder in far side of the engine bay there. So if you're going to do a service on this yourself, it is quite straightforward. There's a million screws, bolts at the bottom of the under tray, all 10mm to take the whiz off, and a sort of fibre type under tray as opposed to a plastic one. That's the only real hassle. And aluminium sump pan. That is the oil filter. It sits at the top. That's the one that we pointed out. It's a cartridge type. So that's the one that came out of that car, and that's the one that we put in. It's there's the part number there. So let's do it on. We'll get that out of the way. This is the diesel filter. Now, as far as I can see, you can only get these from Jag. You can't get, there's no aftermarket makes these. Jaguar make it, and that's it. So you either get it from a dealer, or you might get it online a bit cheaper than you'll get it from the dealer. And it's not too bad. I have seen them pretty cheap online, and the only ones you can get are genuine ones. So that's basically it. So we can see Jaguar there, Land Rover, and yeah, it's a bit strange, this one, because it comes with this bracket, so it slots in. You're going to press that wee tab in. I'm going to show you, see if we can get that in shot, that wee bit in shot, or later on. And it slits out. There's a water sensor at the bottom, so there's a wire goes up round. That doesn't connect onto anything. There's just like a wee cup there that for that sort of breather or overflow. I'm not sure what it is actually. Probably a water drain, but we'll not worry about that because we're going to put a new one in. That is just packaging. That wee boy there, which are handy to keep for keeping dirt out of lanes and stuff like that. So, with that being said, we'll get her changed. So this here is the wire that it makes its way around and goes down to that electrical connector at the bottom of it, the water sensor. So they're held in with fir tree or Christmas tree connectors, so you just need to pop them up, and we have pry tool and get her loose. There's another one in here, but it's already loose, and we'll have this wee boy here, and we'll just disconnect that, and we'll pull it underneath. These are con pipes, and that aren't our con pipes or fuel pipes, but we'll open her up a bit, let her see what we're doing. So it is half hidden underneath this beam here, but it's okay. That'll go out. That'll come out past that. It's not too bad, this job. So that's our electrical wire that we've already unclipped. We'll just get that out of the way, and we've got that disconnected. So we just need to take these two fuel pipes off, and it's dead easy. And what you can do is, if you want to, we'll just grab some here. We'll get a wee bit of WD-40, just where it sets in, because these things, well, there's 57,000 miles in this, and you know, judging by the sort of dirt in this and all, I don't think this has ever been changed, you know. But we'll see. Sure, it doesn't matter. So that wee clip there, just, you know, grab it on both sides there, and lift her off. Put it aside somewhere nice and careful like. And what do I need now? We'll get our wee pry tool again. And oh yeah, before we start, what we'll do, we'll get a few rags stuffed down below here. Just down below to, there will be a wee bit of diesel spillage. So this car is an in-tank fuel pump. So bleeding and all shouldn't be necessary. So I'll try and keep my hand away out of the way as much as I can. So this wee silver boy here, this is metal. This wee silver thing. And we'll just pop something underneath it and pop it up. Now, it doesn't come out, so it just pops up. Make sure it's up on both, you know, fully up on both sides. It's not sticking down on one side. And then these wee two wee ears here, so they'll now press in, you know. There you go. So we just pull the two ears together, and that then slides off. And there's a wee drop of diesel coming out. And what we can do is we can bend that right up out of the road for ourselves. And we'll get another wee rag underneath that. I think, oh, under the camera there. So, where are we? We're doing this one on the hop a wee bit. I'm in a bit of a rush to get this done, get this out. But anyway, so I thought I'd just film this wee bit and just show you this, because I don't think there's many videos on the tube that'll show you this, if any. Now, there is a couple of wee caveats with it. You know, it might seem, oh, this is dead easy. So this yellow one pushed down with something, screwdriver or something, and that pulls out. And this one here, you can't really get rid of it very well, so we just have to leave it hanging. We're probably better with it below, because this has to go up. So the next bit is a tricky bit. Right, so underneath this metal tab, in the middle of these two things there with the slots in them, there's a wee push button. Now what you do is you get your thumb and go around underneath and just pull these pipes out of the road. So you get your thumb underneath, it's in the middle, and you give it a wee push. So you feel it springing in and out. Now this thing, so you have to sort of push that in with your thumb and then sort of pull it up at the same time. So you need about 10 hands, and you can only get one hand in here. So just get that wee wire out of the way. But a wee trick that I've discovered, or found anyway, is you can get a wee terminal screwdriver in here. See in here like that? And that wee slot. So bottom right of the picture. I'll check. So you see in there. In here. So that's our wee terminal screwdriver. Wee flat head. In there like that. If I can get it back in again. Now, so the screwdriver is resting on the top of the strut. You're going underneath those silver metal fuel pipes that I thought were aircon pipes, but you know, so you do the reach around, you get your thumb, and you put it in below there. Now the other thing you could do, another thing you could do, to try and make this a bit easier, is you give it a bit of a lube down the face of it. So if it's been stuck in there for a while, which is more likely the case, get a bit of WD down there and it'll slide up maybe a wee bit easier. You know? So those WD cans with a straw in them are handy for all this stuff. So so we'll push it, we'll push our or button at the bottom, and we'll give this a prise up by seesawing the terminal screwdriver. So what I was doing there was I had this screwdriver in here and below and catching the wee slot in the back, and I just went like that with it just to help it up. So I had the screwdriver in here like that, and then the thumb underneath pushing that, and I gave the screwdriver a rock on top of the strut. So the strut was, say, sitting there, you know. Push the button and give her a push, and that gets her those 3 wee tabs released from the bracket. So now she's released, we'll just hold our pipes out of the way, and we'll have to get that wire in below that one, so that's down on. But and she lifts out. So we need to release this one here, and there's a bit of diesel. As well, we'll have rags in there, and we'll get that clip off like that. Let's see. Just set it there like that. Get that released. Oh, there's no one right here. There we go. That's us. So there's a new one, and we'll pop that in there. Pop that in there. Like that. Get our connector on, and we'll offer her down in. Let's get that pipe uppermost. So that pipe not moving out of the way is a bit of a pain. No, I'll have that going up like that. So, line her up in place here, hopefully. And this should just pop down in there. So I have all those 3 ears lined up. So, that's her. Right, so, we'll get this wire sorted out here some way. Yeah, it's going to go like that. So, that just clips in, take our wee spot off, and bring our other pipe down in the frame. That should just clip on, and you can't see that. So, that's better, moved you around there a bit. So, the wee silver tab, just push back down in. So, that stops her from pushing off with the pressure of the fuel, the in-tank pump, you know. So, so as a double security clip, then this thing here goes back on again, and it just pushes down in. Hopefully. Let's get that back down in again. Like that. Job is a good one. We'll just clip our wires in here and there, wherever they need to go. Well, one more. And that's it. That's that. And not forgetting this wee earth connection, or whatever it is. Just onto the body here. Not sure what that's for. Ionization of the fuel or something. I don't know. And that's it. So we just run the ignition and we see if this thing will fill up. So that's the ignition off. You should hear a lot of gurgling and getting on with the fuel returning into the tank, the fuel tank at the back. So that's a good sign that that's all the air coming back in. So that should be here filled up. So we're ready for a startup. And there we go. That is it. Just give it a bit of a clean up. Any spilt diesel in around the place, and should be fine. So you may have to cycle the ignition a few times there to fill that thing up, and you know, so there's no bleeding required as such, but the tank, the in-tank pump will force it through. You'll hear a lot of gurgling going on and all that there. Do that a few times, I would recommend, and then go for a startup and you'd be grand. So yeah, interesting engine, I must say. Apparently these engines, you know, they're built sort of flexible, you know. So it's 500cc per cylinder. This is a 4-cylinder, so it's 2 litre. I think there's a 3-cylinder, and it's 1.5 then. And the 6-cylinder straight 6 is 3 litre then, and it's made for, I think it can go transverse. It can. This is a manual, but you can get it with. It can attach to an automatic without really any changes, and it's completely aluminium, it seems. And from I think 2017 on, they got a license from Fate to introduce the multi-air system. That'll be probably on the petrols, I would say, not the diesels. And yeah, so as I say, same sort of deal in Range Rovers and stuff like that. Now your Range Rovers probably have a diesel filter in underneath the car at the back. So you know, but if it does, if you do have a car, this is a Jaguar XE. If it has this configuration, this fuel filter is in the engine bay, up in the top right there of the picture where I'm pointing at. And that's it for this one. 6.5 litres C2 grade oil it takes, and you're good to go. And yeah, our filter box down in there, so that's straightforward. So that's a quick service. I cleared the service light with a scan tool, but apparently there is a way of doing it by having the bonnet open and the driver's door open, and you press the brake and accelerator both at the same time with the ignition on, or something like that. I've never tried that, so I just plug a scan tool in and clear it that way. So anyway, hope it helps. Thanks for watching. All the best, and bye bye. Oh, and just another thing. This body is completely made of aluminium. All those strut mounts and everywhere is aluminium. So the magnet doesn't stick to anything. It's stuck to that bolt there, but it doesn't stick to these strut mounts. So interesting design. All the best, and